Welcome to the Writer Dojo with your hosts, Jenny Diamond.
What am I doing here?
And Bridget Correa.
My face looks like a baby dolphin.
Today's episode, Writer Dojo 2.0.
All right, here we go. Okay, I'm Bridget Correa, married to the international Lord of Hate, Larry Correa. Bom, 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 bom. And
I'm Jenny Diamond, married to Steve. Apparently he likes horror.
horror, not horror.
Horror.
Gotta get the Utah accent out of there so they know that horror could be misinterpreted by some of the more exciting fan segments.
I know nothing about these books that he writes. We'll move on.
All right. I'm just Our Lady of Hate. I seriously am the most boring person on the planet. You would never, ever, ever think I'm the coolest person in the room. But I am the executive administrative assistant at Korea Tech, the domestic command authority, head of special projects, in case you were the IRS and you were looking into this.
And I'm Jenny Diamond. I work a lot inside and outside of the house while Steve, still jobless, sits around and he writes, I think.
But does he wear pants?
Yes, I think.
Yes, winner.
We never see each other. I've been gone for the last 3 days.
Okay, we're supposed to talk about our favorite books. What's your favorite book?
My favorite books are a lot of crime mystery with a lot of dialogue. I don't like a lot of description because I just fall asleep.
So who are some of the authors that you like or titles?
I like
you can think of them.
Harlan Coben. He's a good one. Tell No One was my favorite. And I used to like James Patterson, but then other people started writing for him and it's not the same.
There you go.
Yeah.
Me, I'm kind of into the bubblegum stuff, like Lynn Curlin. If you ever read any of her paranormal romances, I know it's so cheesy, but they're almost like, they're all sort of the same, so you know what you're getting, and I kind of like that because I live with Larry and day to day I never know what I'm getting, so I like a little bit of regularity in my life, not just with fiber. Also, I really like, if you're talking science fiction fantasy, I am just such a huge nerd for Anne McCaffrey and her Pern stuff, so that's as much as I'll admit to in public.
And I will have to look into these because they sound good.
All right, there you go. Advertisements. Okay, favorite movies. What kind of movies do we like for the inquiring minds?
I like whatever Steve puts on TV, and I just kind of watch it. Most of the time I fall asleep, but sometimes I like it.
We were joking earlier about the Hallmark movies. Although we were having this discussion about how, like, you could fall asleep during one and not necessarily know if you woke up an hour later if it was the same movie or if it was something different. Like, oh, there's a blueberry farm. Did something happen while I was asleep, or is this a different movie?
The tree farm went away, so it's okay.
There you go. Yeah, I just like anything with explosions and hot guys, I'll be honest.
Any action puts me to sleep, honestly. I'm like, oh, they're still fighting.
That's too bad.
I know.
Our husbands are so disappointed in us, aren't they? All right. Any fun facts about Steve you want to share?
Oh, dude. I have no fun facts. Let's see. Maybe you should go and I'll think.
I feel like my fun facts about Larry, he is an open book. Like, he is the king of oversharing. So I don't honestly know that I could have any fun facts about Larry that half the internet doesn't already know. I mean, at a certain point, like, do you want to know the things that he tells me? Because I promise.
It's all over the internet already.
It's already there.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Steve. What am I supposed to know?
I mean, we've been married.
I know.
He's a stranger.
We've been married 22 years, but you know. I'm terrible at this. Click.
Terrible at this. We're totally kicking our husbands' butts. We are so much more interesting than they are. Okay, so what else should we talk about?
I don't know, the second half, I guess. I got this little paper here. I'm just kidding.
All right, let's read what the paper is. All right, we have a series of questions from some of the loyal listeners. Oh, but we'll do those after the break. Bounce, bounce. Bounce, 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 bounce. Bounce.
From the mind of America's greatest literary genius, Farfington Codswallop, comes an exciting new science fiction, fantasy, lit RPG, reverse harem cozy mystery, erotic, time-traveling police procedural, courtroom drama. The Spergel Protocol. Andrew Spergel is a space lawyer dedicated to doing lawyer stuff in space. When he is abducted by aliens, there is a whole lot of anal probing. So much anal probing. Like you can't even imagine. But in space, no one can hear justice be served. Can space lawyer Andrew Spergel overcome several hundred pages of gratuitous probing? Find out in the Spergel Protocol. Critics say the Spergel Protocol combines the clever wordsmithing of Chuck Wendig, the strong characters of John Scalzi, with a Stephen King quality ending. The Spergel Protocol, coming soon from Pretentious Press. Audiobook by Will Wheaton.
And we're back with the WriterDojo. And for just $1.99 a month, $1.99 a month, you too can become a supporter and help pay the bills. Pay the bills, pay the bills. And we have a list of some questions
From our loyal listeners that paid the bills.
So let's see if we can answer them. Give them some good writerly advice. All right, question number 1 from Bundersnatch Cumberbun. I really want to be a writer, but my kids keep bothering me. Any advice of how to deal with kids while writing? What's your advice?
Well, back in the days when Steve and I would play World of Warcraft, we did consider getting dog cages for the children, but instead we opted to just kind of stop playing. But you can't stop writing, so I don't suggest getting the dog cages and putting your kids in there. So do you have a better solution, Bridget?
Benadryl works.
Oh,
Just kidding.
that's a good choice. Don't do that at home, please.
That may or may not be good advice.
No.
CPS doesn't need to come. We are fine. Or you could get them involved in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Although the downside of Minecraft is that then you get to hear about Minecraft.
All the time.
Everybody's got Minecraft worlds. I know more about Minecraft than I ever wanted
Here's
to
a question.
know.
Did you ever play?
I have attempted playing video games, but my kids just roll their eyes because I spend my entire time walking around in a circle, either looking at the ground or looking at the sky or looking at the ground or looking at the sky. And after about 15 minutes, they're like, Mom, it's okay. You never need to play with us again. I'm like, no, this is fun. No, Mom, really, no.
It is pretty fun. I used to go mine diamonds like all night long when the kids were in bed. So maybe we should try it with them again. It's true. Anyways, so those are our suggestions for children. We're going to move on to the next question. It's for me. As some of you know, I am a gymnastics coach and I judge gymnastics and I've just been involved in it my whole life. So this loyal listener asked that they've stated that they're going to be writing a magic gymnastics novel. And they wanted advice on how to make the gymnastics seem realistic. Their next question was, can they just come to a gymnastics meet and record the children? Sadly, I don't think you should do that. Just on Friday at a major competition, we had to chase down a guy with a camera who was recording people. You can do that. So if you have questions, you could actually probably look on YouTube. There's lots of gymnastics on there.
I feel like that's like the intro to a Dateline NBC.
I know,
like,
right?
Hey, Rando shows up recording young children doing contortions. It seems like it could go really pear-shaped really fast.
Yes.
Probably wouldn't recommend that.
No, but there's lots of YouTube stuff. And just make sure you follow the Olympians. Don't follow the crazy people. And even then, don't be stalkers.
Don't be stalkers. It's just good general life advice overall. Don't be a stalker. All right. The next one is for me. I really think if I moved to Yard Moose Mountain, I'd be a better writer. Is there any property next to yours for sale? No, we are hoarding all of the magic juice out of the earth for ourselves. Only we can absorb the magic creative juice. If you're expecting to move to Yard Moose Mountain so that you can become a better writer by osmosis, suck it. We're not going to allow it. It's just not going to happen. We are keeping it all for us. We've shared enough. So no, there isn't any property for sale by us.
Not for sale, but Steve and I were going to go put a tent in your backyard.
But that's different, though,
Okay.
because we benefit by sharing the magic of Yard Moose Mountain with co-writers, because then
This
the
is
money
true.
keeps coming in. Like, it's fine.
This
We'll
is
share
true.
with you, not
Good.
rando. Plus, to be honest with you, I don't know what time this will air, but we just got like 20 inches of snow. That's like, you don't want this. You do
No.
not want the kind of white powder that we have in Utah.
And it is the end of March, people. Come on. We're done
I
with
know.
this now.
We're done. We're done.
Okay. Next question. If you were to hypothetically murder your husbands for insurance money, what would be the best way to do this? In fiction, of course, it says. I don't know.
You should do something horrible.
Oh. I could.
Something with that creeping sense of impending doom. It's the only way for a horror writer like Steve.
Isn't that a drinking game?
Shots.
Something?
It is.
Okay, I'm remembering now. I can't
Horror.
remember. I would just probably let him sit on the couch and never feed him, because if I don't feed him, he doesn't eat. So that would be a good way to kill him, I guess.
You know, I've thought about it. I've already, like, potato chips. Potato chips and Coke Zero. That's probably, like, blood pressure is already an issue in our life.
Hey.
It's fine. It's fine. I know. We're like I said, most boring person in the world. Cholesterol. How would you murder your husband? Cholesterol and diabetes.
This is why
That's
we're
how
not
I
the
would do it,
authors.
right?
We're not the authors. They are.
Although, to be fair, Larry is a firearms enthusiast, so I'm sure that we could make some things happen. But not that I would discuss that in a podcast that could be used in a court of law at some point in the future. All right, next question. Ooh, this one is from Adiv Simon. I don't know who that could possibly be. How do I write convincing dialogue? Any advice on that?
I do like dialogue in books, but I don't know how to write, so I can't help you.
See, I think that unfortunately, to be able to write realistic dialogue, you have to get to the point where you can bore the snot out of your readers by saying and repeating something like 1,000 times,
Yeah.
because that's how you would write realistic dialogue. How do you write convincing dialogue? I don't know. Go listen to some liars, because they are really good at convincing you to do stuff. I don't know. What do you think? Is that your good advice?
Yes.
Well, to be honest, I know a lot of writers. It would be helpful if you would leave your house, interact with some people, talk to the cashiers, stop watching Law and Order and expecting that to be how people really talk. Leave the house, socialize. Find some friends. Don't just chat online where you can delete it and retype. Go make some friends. Go talk to some people. Say hello to somebody at the hardware store. That's how you do it. Practice convincing dialogue. How about that?
It's a good option.
There you go.
Yeah.
Have some social interaction besides Call of Duty. 'Cause that is
Or World of Warcraft, guys. I did quit that game, so You can too. I'm just kidding.
Probably not the most helpful advice. If you identify too clearly with this, please do not sue. Please continue to contribute. Or pay be one of the supporting members and pay the $1.99 a month so they can get some real guests.
Instead of us. All right, our next question is from Carrie Loria. And it is, how do I write better action scenes?
Oh, no.
If we're going out and talking to people, could we go out and fight people? Would that be good
That
action?
would be amazing.
We could learn.
Any publicity is good publicity, even
right?
if it's the police blotter, right?
You could go talk to the cashier and then fight them and then write it.
So sort of connected to don't go to gymnastic meets and film little girls doing gymnastics or little boys. You probably shouldn't do this, but if you happen to know a little boy, ask them to describe something to you, because they can make taking the garbage out sound like the most freaking awesome attacked by ninjas and squirrels and raccoons story that you have ever heard in your life. And whether it's how they took the garbage out or how they tried to get out of taking the garbage out. Why isn't the garbage out? Well, Mom, because as I was walking, something dripped on my hand and it started burning, and then I had to shake it off. Listen to how a little boy describes the most mundane thing, or there you go. I think that would work.
That would work.
But again, it requires talking to people and leaving the house and having some social interaction. I'm not saying that all writers
life lesson.
need to be reminded that they can't wear tissue boxes as shoes. But there is a certain segment that it's helpful to remember. You cannot wear tissue boxes as shoes. You have to wear real clothes.
Is this all stemming from our authors sit at home all day and we need them to go venture out?
I might know a couple.
Yeah.
I might know a few. Could use some outside besides, there are times, tell me this, now that Steve is home more, there have been where I'm like, buddy, you have not left the house in 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go and get some air, touch some grass, or in our case, some snow, and get some light. You have not physically left the house in 3 weeks, even to go to church because you watched it on TV this week.
It's so true. The screen time of Steve's phone has gone up significantly since the layoff. He says it's all for what is it called? Research?
Sure. Research.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I think that's it.
Are we good?
What am I supposed to say? And that's Jenny. Whoa, clicky. Should I click it? Because this is dumb.
Our husbands are saying, okay, that's it for today. What are we doing? They're sitting here laughing at us. We don't know what to do.
And I'm Jenny Diamond. I'll see you on the flip side.
Bounce. Oh, wait a minute.
WriterDojo is Jenny Diamond and Bridget Correa. Produced by Jill Wilder and Baron Hair Studios. Theme song, Word Mercenaries by Craig Nybo. New episodes drop every Wednesday, wherever you stream your podcast. Don't forget to support via Anchor, give a 5-star rating, review us, spread the word, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and questions to questions@writerdojo.com. They'll figure out this is an April Fool's episode, right?
Oh, yeah. They'll totally get it, right?
Yes.